Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Nicodemus Kane. I am, I am back. It's been a hot minute, hasn't it? I've been taking a break from things. Sorry, I gotta get rid of this thing on the other screen. It's really blinding me. But, yeah, I've been going off doing some other things. I have this this situation that we're in has affected me pretty bad. I'm starting to lose sanity, lose hope. Um, I still pray every day. I still I still read my Bible every day. I still try to find some answers in it, and it's getting harder and harder. I asked Father if he would take some burden off of me, because I was getting a little too far deep into it, and I had to step away. I know I've done this several times, and I think it's just the I think it's just the matter of how I get to listen to what I listen to, how I get to understand what I understand, because most people, they have their 8 hours a day where they go to work, they don't really get to watch videos, they don't really get to understand what's going on. Me, as I work, I get to listen to videos. I get to hear what's going on, and it 8 hours of it at a time. I don't know if any other truth channels do that or not. If they'll just go for 8 straight hours at a time, just constantly taking stuff in. So I I was getting a little overwhelmed, and I said, look, I need to step back. I need to find some other outlet, because I'm just really starting to hurt, man. It's just inside. I'm just starting to die. I've been under heavy spiritual attack. I can feel it. Um, Sometimes it wins, sometimes it loses. That's what it is. But it's been a heavy spiritual attack. It's been a relentless physical attack, because we don't get out and do the stuff that we used to do, and my body is just breaking down. Um, I've been exercising more, been trying to at least. Again, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Uh, and we've been taking walks since it's been getting warmer, so we're getting a little bit better than we were. But I am finding that a lot of my clothes don't fit anymore, and I'm finding that I have unfortunately tipped the scale of its maximum weight capacity, which is sad. So I'm I I lost myself for a year. I lost myself for a year, and now I'm trying to find out, how I can pull it back together, uh, because I let it go. I let it go, and it's really, I'm hurting. I'm really hurting. You know. So if if there's anybody out there that feels the need, I will always ask to say a prayer for me, for us, because we need it right now. Um, we're definitely not doing very well at all. Um, but yeah, I felt compelled to get on here and say something today. Um, I didn't really have anything made up or scheduled or anything. I just while I was in the shower, I just said, maybe I should talk, just to get some stuff out. Maybe it'll help. I don't know. It seems like it's always helped whenever I've just kind of rattled on and got some of this stuff out, and I haven't done a video in a while. I figure here I am. So it's like March the 18th of 2021. It has been a whole year since people have believed that locking down the healthy will prevent sickness. I don't know. I mean, that's what they say. Um, I don't believe that, but that's what they say. They say a lot of things. Apparently, that's the way that YouTube likes it. Is that you you can present a counter argument, but you have to present the main argument. So they say the lockdowns are doing well. I don't think so, but that's what they say. You know, they say voting helps and it matters. I don't think that way, but that's what they say. All I'm doing is presenting a counter argument. Anyways, kind of lost my sense of humor too. I'm. The only thing that seems to matter anymore is being around my granddaughter. That's that's more fun than humans should be allowed to have. Um, I definitely worry about her future though. I worry about the shit she's gonna have to put up with because it doesn't seem like any real Americans, any real people that understand what freedom is, are wanting to fight back, are wanting to take their country back because nothing's being done. As far as I can tell, nothing's being done. It's just everybody's just kind of sitting back, like, hey, whatever. We're just gonna go and see what happens, and then we'll decide it from there. You can't do that. You can't just sit back and go, hey, this is this, that's that. It said it says in the oh shit, excuse me. Wow. It says in the Constitution itself that if there's ever a time when the country thinks that there's something going on, we have the ability to tear down the government. Well, maybe that is what happened. What is happening? But it says that we have the ability to tear down the government and install a new form of government. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's maybe the other side of the spectrum from which we have been rolling with for so long has finally went out to the point where they just said, okay, look, we're just going to tear everything down, all the good stuff, and we're just going to install this bad stuff. And then maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. But for what we used to have, we don't have that anymore. That doesn't exist. None of that exists. And people just don't seem to care. People are just like, whatever. Let it happen. There's some people that are openly saying we need something different. Okay, but your something different isn't what you've had for the past however many years. I mean, you've got 20 somethings that have enjoyed watching their cartoons and, eating their cereal and, having their money to spend on their worthless junk and all this crap. They've enjoyed it. They've enjoyed the hell out of it. Now they want to have all that taken away just so that they can have some kind of something. I don't even know what that something is. I don't even, I mean, it's you'll get your phones. Oh, I know you'll get your phones. What else are you gonna do? You're gonna own nothing. You're just gonna be renting your phone. I mean, it's just it is what it is. You're not going to have any property. You're not going to have any self worth. You're going to be tracked 24 hours a day. You're not going to have any cash. You're not going to have any real assets because it's all going to be made up numbers somewhere. Not like it is. Not like it isn't. Anyways, they say cash is real, but I disagree. Um, what kind of future is that? You know, and it's gonna be to where maybe this generation, these 20 somethings, will get what they want and they'll be happy with it. But by the time they're my age, and the government, the powers that be, start saying, "Hey, you need to have less," what are they going to say? Are they just going to go along with it? Or are they just going to say, "Hey, wait a minute, you know, 44 now. I just turned 44 as a matter of fact. But I'm 44 now. When I was 20 something, I was wanting something different. I was wanting something better. Not necessarily what these kids are wanting, but I was wanting something different and better. And I had people before me saying, you know, you're gonna regret what you get. I understand that now. That's a concept that has rolled on. Is that elders, what's going on. They understand what's happening, and it's going to get like that. They're just going to take a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more until you have nothing, and that's what they've done successfully. And it seems like they ramped it up within the past 20 years, and it's snowballing now. It's snowballing to the point to where they've literally locked you in your house over the fear of numbers. It's not. I can't. I was trying to think of a way to say it because you can't really say the word, because YouTube trips. So a pan created fear, which works, and being the god, the piper, the trickster god, Pan, Baal, same thing. Demic being fear. I think it's fear. It's a form of fear. I don't remember exactly what the word was. Of or pertaining to a distinct population of people. It's not the only one though. It was a fear of something too. You got to really dig it out. What is a root word? Demic. Something that pertains to all the peoples. But there was also a root of it where it was fear. I'd have to go find that. I have the image somewhere. I don't want to. But the pan created fear of all the peoples. Nice. Because you can't say the actual word. And I was trying to think of interesting ways of saying it too, just to get people's minds working. I don't know how it works. Talking parables. What was I saying about the pan stuff? But they got people to lock up. There it is. They got people to lock themselves in their houses for this fear of numbers. And they've gotten you to believe it so far to the point that you can have your freedoms as long as you follow the rules. Which is absurd. you listen to what some of these people say about giving you your freedoms back a little bit at a time. They will say, well, you can. It's your right to be able to be free, just as long as you do this. It's like, no, wait a minute, that's not how this works. Well, we might let you do this if that's not freedom. That's it's not completely tyranny either. It's like it's almost like extortion. you know absolutely absurd. People just go along. People don't seem to understand it. They don't seem to grasp that concept. And we've talked about this. I said that they will choose to believe the lie because they choose to live in their unrighteousness. And I'm starting to see that more and more. Is that people will just straight up just to give over into it because they choose to live that craptastic way they've been living for the past however long. Now, I've come to that conclusion that I'm not going to accept that and that I'm going to be put out on my ass eventually. It's going to happen sooner or later because my job has slowly but surely been dripping down little bits of, you know, oh well everybody's starting to get their shots and things are looking better and the main boss of my company he likes to put out a video every week or so, and he's been slowly but surely saying when you get your shots you get to come back to the office. And right now they're saying, don't worry about coming back to the office anytime soon. It's very interesting how predictive the boss of my company has been. Like he kind of might know. I don't know. He may not know. He may just be really good at reading the crowd. But because he's the owner of a Fortune 500 company. What do you expect? We are still considered essential business. So it is what it is. I've been slowly feeling it in the back of my head that I might be working for the enemy. I've had this feeling before with other jobs that I've worked, and I'm starting to think like maybe I'm there again. And now it's like, shit, should I get out? You know, pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. But yeah, we're there. We're to that point, and what was it? Walmart. I just heard Walmart is considering. We'll do some news. Let's do some news. Let's do some Twitter stuff because that's where I've been. I kind of just repost stuff anymore. I don't really like. I mean, I have opinions. Let's be honest, but nobody's listening. Really, nobody's listening. I have no. I have maybe like one new guy on Facebook that is a friend of my wife's that he's got the same opinions I do. He understands. He understands. Um, which a lot of you might understand what's happening, but he understands what's going on, and he's just like the only person that I communicate with anymore. Uh, you know, but he's there. He understands. But as far as Twitter, it feels like every time I say something, nobody hears it, and it was there for a while that I'd get like maybe 10, 15 people that might see something, have something to say, but that's dead. Like I know I'm being shadow banned. It's the stuff I say. It's making me shadow banned. It is what it is. But go to it. Why not? Let's go to it. Let's make sure that this is my Twitter page. So this is Walmart. Walmart becomes largest U.S. shop provider to join push for digital. Can we say this word? Can we just say the headlines? For digital vaccination credentials. You don't need to read it because it's just basically the same thing. It's just that's what it is. They become the largest U.S. provider to join push for credentials. because this is what we need. We need to have vaccination credentials in America. No. So this next thing, it's over here too. The Asian American and Pacific Islander community speak out following reports of recent anti-Asian violence. What does this mean? I do not understand what this means. When did we stop hating or when did we start hating Asian? I don't know, because apparently we're killed at 3 different massage parlors. There was some shootings in Georgia. The reported shootings of Asian American women on Tuesday is okay, but when did we start? I mean, this is the thing now. Is that when did this happen? When did this become a thing? Because 3,795 reports, really. Oh, I like this. It's stop this hate national report, and it's got somebody holding up a map. What the hell does that mean? What is going on here? I don't understand this. I really don't, because when did we start hating Asian people? I don't really get it. I don't get it at all, because the last time I checked, Americans love Japanese culture. So is it the Japanese? I don't think it's the Japanese. I mean, we held the Japanese in internment camps during World War II because, well, I mean, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, supposedly. That's what they tell us. Is that hate? I don't know, because I'll tell you what, after all of that, after the fact, we've bought more TVs and video game systems and radios from them than anybody else. So is that it? I don't know. It's weird. Um, is it the Vietnamese, the Taiwanese? They make all the stuff that we buy, so I don't know if it's them. We had a war with Vietnam, but that was supposedly because we were fighting communism. Is that right? I don't know. I don't know. Is it Korea? We had a war with North or South Korea, or we had a war with Korea. Period. Um, we don't hate South Korea. We actually just had an Olympics in South Korea. The last time I checked, we were okay. We don't like North Korea. Is that what it is? North Korea, as far as I can remember, North Korea are supposedly a tyrannical state. We don't like that, right? So, yeah, we could possibly hate North Korea. We don't hate the people in North Korea. We hate the dictator in North Korea. What's up with that? Weird. Who's left? China? Do we hate Chinese people? Well, we eat Chinese food all the time. People absolutely love Chinese food. So, no, we can't hate the Chinese culture. Is it the fact that China is a communist country? Could that have something to do with it? I said, you can, if you can even read this. What the hell is Asian hate? Who does this apply to? Is this prepping for loving the Chinese when they attack America? Now, these are communists. Communists. We've been having a pretty hefty amount of Asian countries, China, North Korea, to name the two, that have been saying, we hate America. You know, we are going to come get you no matter what. And they're both, as far as I know, they're both communist countries. We, for a long time, were an anti-communist country because communism is bad. No matter what your 20-year-old kid thinks, communism is not good. We have a history of communist countries that have completely fallen apart and become tyrannical dictatorships because your history matters. It's very strange. It's very, very strange. I don't know why this is a thing. This came out of nowhere. Absolutely came out of nowhere. And I think it's what it is. I think they're prepping us. They're prepping us. It's kind of like it's kind of like back in 9/11 whenever they told us that a bunch of Muslims bombed 9/11, and that's what they told us. And then it was like out of the blue, like 10 years later, it's like you can't hate Muslims anymore. Like, well, okay, that's fine. I wasn't really hating them in the first place, but I can understand why people are mad because you told them that a bunch of Muslims attacked the World Trade Center. I don't, I mean, what do you expect? So now it's I think it's like they're jumping the gun. It's like you can't hate Chinese people whenever they start buying up your country. Well, wait, what? You can't hate the people that are attacking you. You get it yet? I mean, it's very strange, man. Very, very strange. Here's a slideshow of comedies. So this is the guy from Tanzania who did the COVID tests on a goat and on a fruit, on the papaya fruit, and on something else. I can't remember what it was. And all of them tested positive. This was news. This happened. Of course, everybody said, "Well, that's not real. That's not. That's not what it was." But that was back in May of last year. And then, of course, this comes out. It's time for Africa to rein him in. It's supported by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This this article was supported by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that it's time to rein him in. I don't remember. I don't know what the date was on this one. And then just the other day, he was declared dead at 61 because of a heart issue. That's quoted heart issue. Um, I don't know what the heart issue was, but somebody pointed out, the back in the 70s when the CIA was talking about a heart attack gun. I just put that out there, man. Okay. Here's another one. I had a bowl of 100 jelly beans. I have a bowl of 100 jelly beans. In the bowl, there is one jelly bean that will kill you, 5 that will leave you with a life changing condition, and another 10 that you will have some kind of adverse reaction to, but you don't know how serious. Now, tell me, would you like a jelly bean? Of course, the other thing I won't say is if you do eat a bad jelly bean, I'm not responsible for it. You're the one that's going to have to take it. There is no pan created fear, only your fear of numbers. Yeah, absurd. So this again, what the man, everything around Biden is just weird. Everything around Joe Biden is just completely absurdly weird. So you got this, and there's another angle where he comes up, he walks up. I don't have the actual video, is there? But there's a video of him coming up, and he's talking to these reporters, and these microphones go behind his arms, and this one comes over his arms. And okay, so it's weird that he's even standing over the microphones like this. That's fine. There's another camera angle where it shows that these things were behind him. So it's like, this isn't what it looks like, but it's like, why is it every time you see something with him on the TV, it's always something like that. It's always some kind of weird ass crap that we can't identify. Like, the shadows on the dude's neck that everybody says, "Oh, it's a mask." It's not a mask, dude. Shadow. But why is it always like that? Why is it that whenever he walks in front of certain walls in the White House, supposedly the White House, that his head disappears? Why does he bumble through every single? I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And then there's the whole thing about why is he still not done a press conference? Of course, all those executive orders too. I think there's some kind of clause that we don't know about that says that a sitting president has to be in the office for a certain amount of days in order to cement his presidency before, you know, he could die and the vice president takes over. I think that's a thing. I don't know. Somebody might need to look that up, but I think that's what's going on here. We're gonna find out. It's gonna be interesting. Roddy Piper, They Live is a documentary. Definitely. World Economic Forum. People see what's going on here yet? That. Mark of the Beast. That's the number of his name. Now, of course, I said something about, I mean, this is everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. Of course, this guy says, why is it like this? It's to symbolize their faith they keep hidden, and that's exactly what it is. It's in every it's in every symbol you see everywhere. It's one of the things that woke me up is I started seeing the symbolism. And I started understanding what this stuff meant. It's always these little things, and it's stupid little things like this. You figured somebody that was creating these things, or somebody that would have seen them, would have stopped and said, "Hey, wait a minute, somebody might misconstrue that." They don't care. They don't care. They know that they got us by the balls now because nobody's paying attention. Nobody's waking up to it. Videos, all kinds of videos and stuff. When you understand that deep fake technology probably works with demons, everything gets really scary as shit. Yeah, you look into Serpent Eyes and Matrix glitches. That one came to me the other day. I was like, because everybody talks about the Serpent Eyes. Whenever there's a video of like somebody on, some interview or something, and their eyes glitch out. I don't know why this has become a thing within the past, 10 years. It's never been a thing before it, and it doesn't seem to happen to anybody else. It just happens to the people on TV. But their eyes glitch out. It's like their eyelids and their eyes glitch out. Some people, their damn pupils open and close. It's like, what the shit? So it came to my mind. It's like, what if it's like some kind of deep fake technology that, works with demons? What if that's what we're seeing? Makes you think. Democracy is where 51% tell the other 49% what to do. This is why we live in a democratic republic. We live in a republic so that no one 51% of the people can tell the other 49% of the people what we do. It's a republic. It's a democratic republic, but it's a republic. It's not a democracy. Everybody says this is dangerous to our democracy. We don't live in a democracy. We live in a republic. Even though some people are saying now that it was probably some act or something that was made back in 1861. I don't remember what they were saying when they were saying it was, but it basically voided the Constitution of the United States. I'm starting to believe that at this point because everything's a lie. Everything's a lie. For when they had slain their children to their idols, then they came the same day into my sanctuary to profane it, and lo, thus they have done in the midst of mine house. That's in Ezekiel. I think it's like 24, 25, maybe exactly where. But that one kind of hit me. It's like, they slay their kids to their idols, and then they come in the same day into the sanctuary. That's, you'll know them by their fruits, because it is what it is. Imagine having a shot so safe you have to be threatened to take it for a disease so deadly you have to be tested to know you have it. That's an old one. And then Monsters Incorporated. We watched Monsters Incorporated the other day. Boy, you want to talk about some numerology. Holy crap. And this came out before 2001. I think it came out in 2001. But it came before September 11th of 2001. And the numbers Oh my goodness, the numbers, the 911s, the 311s, the 239s, the 923s, all over that movie. 236s. I mean, it's just absurd. Every time I watch that movie now, because we have a granddaughter, and I shouldn't be letting her watch the movie, but she likes the movie, and when she gets old enough, I'm going to start explaining this stuff to her. But it permeates this. Plus, what the whole movie's about is just absolutely ridiculous. You're basically scaring children to steal their energy. There's only one other thing I know in the world that you scare children and take their energy. Uh, this is this is Renee Young, that's what they called her, from wrestling. I thought it was very interesting. She said that she just became an American citizen, and the 4th of July is going to go off. Yeah, whatever. 10,000 Budweisers and 288-33992. It's a very specific number. I mean, it's just, and knowing numerology the way that we know numerology, it's a very specific number. It's very, very strange. Just had to point that out. It was like, what the hell? And the only reason I saw that is because I'm still subscribed to some wrestling groups on Facebook, because I was into wrestling before everything happened, and I've fallen out of it. But that popped up the other day, and I just saw that number, and I stopped and said, "Holy crap, that's a thing!" But nobody else sees it. Nobody else understands it. To be honest, no, I dot. That's good right there. Gotta love autocorrect. No, I don't trust science anymore. I have too much conflicting results to be able to make an informed decision for myself. And that is what it is coming down to, an informed decision about your own health. About what I do with my own body. You cannot do that for me. How do they control the media? Here you go. Here's a good one. How do they control the media? 1 week before the new gun bill passed. If you didn't know, there's a new gun bill that came in, and it's the start of taking the guns, because that's what they want to do. If they take away your ability to fight back, then they can get you to do whatever the hell they want. That's history. We've seen that time and time again. If you want to believe in what they tell you about World War II, that's what the German people did to their own people back in the day, back in 1938. I think it was what they did, though. But this happened a week before this bill, and it's almost the same exact headline. Same exact headline. There's 3 more. South Carolina, New York. I don't even have to. These are different. Same exact headlines. Same exact pictures. Mass shooting surge as nation faces record high. Do you see this? This happened a week before the bill passed. There's one more here. These are different, but I just wanted to get that last one in. But they surge, and then the bill passes, and then of course next thing you know, it's gone now probably. But next thing you know, you've got this anti-Asian hate thing going on. What the hell is? I mean, it's coming. Just be prepared. And again, more fuckery. What is this stuff, man? All right, this is legit. This is not backwards. His pocket is on his left side. His flag is going the right way. That would be his right ear to our left. And that would be his left ear to our right. The same thing. There's the pocket. There's a flag going the right way. This is his right ear to our left, and this is his left ear to our right. One of these things is not like the other. What is going on here? Now, I've talked about face stretching. I mean, maybe they stretched the hell out of this man's face. I don't know. I can't really tell. But supposedly this right here does not happen whenever you get your face stretched, because it doesn't pull your ear down. I don't get this. I don't get this. Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand why is everything that when it comes to that, why is it? I mean, his everything. His nose is different. His teeth are different. His chin is different. Every single part of this man's face just doesn't look the same anymore. It's wrong. I don't. What's going on? What's going on? Why? Why? I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying that it's a completely different person. I'm just saying that why is everything that we see with this man? Why is it weird? Why's it gotta be weird? You know? Why's it gotta be weird like that? Doesn't make any sense. Then of course, March the 12th, I said now that we're a year into the lie, Facebook will be showing me memories of the past year, and I've already started seeing them. And every day that Facebook shows me a memory, I'm gonna go look for one that I did for the past year, and I'm gonna start showing people that this whole thing has just been going on for a year. Everything I've been saying is now coming to pass, and I think they're slow rolling it a little bit more than I thought they were. It's not coming as quick as I thought they were, but they're definitely slow rolling it. It's stuff they talked about 6 months ago is finally hitting. Here's a sign outside of California. You need to have the first and second shot a minimum of 2 weeks since the dose, and you need to show proof in order to get inside. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. I clicked my teeth, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Here's another from Ezekiel. Her priests have violated my law and have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbath, and I am profaned among them. I swear to you, the books of Jeremiah and Ezekiel work just as well for us now as they did back then. The Bible is a current time book. It's not just a history lesson of the past. It's a current time book. You can read it and see stuff happening today. It's amazing. I was told I was told by the Father to read Jeremiah and Ezekiel. That's what I was told to do, and that's all I've been doing for the past couple months is just focusing on those two books. And I see it. It's right there in front of your face. Not only does it tear down all of these man-made traditions that we have nowadays, but it puts it right in your face, the things that are going on. And I think I've said that before to other people, that if you want to know what you're not supposed to be doing in this world, go read Jeremiah and Ezekiel. That's where it starts. That's where the Bible really starts saying, hey, these people do this, you shouldn't do this. That's where it starts. Government does not care about you. The government does not want to help you. The government does not work in your best interest. The government is your enemy. Yes, it is. And then this is just me saying, so we're just going to sit and take it. We're just going to let them do this to us right until it comes up to our door, which is coming. It's coming to our door. If I were to make a just and fair republic, I think the first thing I would do is give the people the ability to say what is on their minds, even if it were against me. The second thing I would do is give them the right to even the playing field should I become too oppressive. That's the First and Second Amendment, if you people don't know what that is. Once you lose the Second Amendment, you lose the First Amendment, because the First Amendment is the most important. To be able to say that something is wrong in the world is the most important thing possible. If you lose that right, you lose everything. The Second Amendment is there to make sure that the First Amendment sticks. If you lose the Second Amendment, you lose the First Amendment. See how this works? And those are the two most important. I mean, everybody wants to say, oh, well, the voting amendments. No. No, the first one is the one that lets you speak up and say, no, this isn't right. The second one protects your right to speak up and say something. You lose both of those amendments, you lose everything. You're basically a slave. And there's a 90-day rule. Is there some kind of 90-day rule that says he has to be in office? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I said it a little bit different there, but more videos. Did you hear that? Hear that Israel is now requiring badges to be able to get into certain places now? The badges let businesses know whether you've gotten a shot or not. Israel and badges. I swear I've heard this somewhere before. I'm starting to understand that gender equality is directly linked to the destruction of women's rights. All it seems to do, is let men take over women's roles and force women out of those roles. Not to mention the dumpster fire that the bathroom situation will become, which I said at the very beginning of all this, whenever we were, what was that, back in 2012, 2010, whenever we started having this problem about letting men dressed as women go into bathrooms. And they say, oh, well, we're just going to make it unisex. It'll be fine. It's like, no. You don't want 40-year-old men that can dress up as women that can say they're men. No, wait. You don't want 30-year-old men who can dress as women and say they're women. Go into a women's bathroom where 12-year-old girls are. I said that since the very beginning. That's why we have those rules. You don't want 30-year-old perverts lying to get into a room alone with your daughter. And sure enough, it wasn't even like 3 years later where I saw an article pop up that said, teenage girl gets molested inside of a bathroom because some guy pretended to be a woman. It's going to happen. That's what most of this stuff is, anyways. You don't think that, some of these guys aren't thinking, hey, man, all I got to do is just pretend like I'm a woman and I can get. I mean, come on. That's what this is. It's not going to affect anything whenever a girl that wants to be a dude goes into a dude's bathroom, other than the fact that when she sits down to pee, the dudes are going to be able to smell it and be like, wait a minute, why does that smell? What is that? Even then, you're asking for trouble because you're going to have a bathroom with like 4 or 5 burly dudes with one chick in the bathroom. What does he mean by that? Why is he saying it smells? Trust me, kids. When a girl goes to the bathroom, you can smell it. I'm a dude. We all do it. I know it sounds sick and demented, but it's true. It's just that smell. It's like dogs in heat. I mean, it just is what it is. Anyways, but if you let an older man into a bathroom with a young girl, you're opening yourself up to trouble. That's a dumpster fire. Dumpster fire waiting to happen. Okay, this is one that a lot of people don't seem to understand. Okay, my fellow Christians, when you say we are now in the days of Noah, read your Bible again. It says that Noah was told to build the ark. It says when Noah was told to build the ark, all flesh was corrupted. That is a physical thing. That's not just a oh hey, we're all not following the rules of God and we're just being bad. And no, flesh was corrupted. Flesh was corrupted. That is a physical thing. Is all flesh corrupted right now? No, but hearing what the shot does might help. Now, we've gone into the whole thing about the Giants. I know we've talked about, the DNA being messed up, and that's basically what we're talking about now, too. Talking about your DNA being messed up. All flesh was corrupted. We are not in the days of Noah. We are in the beginning of the days of Noah. We're not in the days of Noah. We might be in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. We're getting close to the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean, we're like a week away from the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. But everything that we've known about Sodom and Gomorrah comes from outside, extra biblical texts. And those say that Sodom and Gomorrah were pretty damn bad. I mean, it wasn't Sodom. Okay, look at it this way. Look at it this way. Sodom and Gomorrah was so bad. If you just go biblically, Sodom and Gomorrah was so bad that the people there, even though they were blinded by the angels, were wearying themselves, were tiring themselves out, trying to find the door to get into the house just so that they could know the angels. Now, when the Bible talks about people knowing other people, of course they're talking about sex. And we know that the two angels that came to Job in Sodom were men. At least I think they were. I think it. I might be wrong on that, but from what I understand, most all angels are men, anyways. So, well, perceived to be men. They don't reproduce. That doesn't mean they're women, though. This means they're perceived to be men. So, the people in Sodom and Gomorrah were wearying themselves out, were tiring themselves out, were basically killing themselves to get to these angels, even though they were blind. Somebody blinded them. They didn't stop and say, "Oh my God, I'm blind. I don't know where I'm going." No, they kept going for the door. Think about that. Think about how perverse of a mind you have to be to get to that point. And then go extra biblical. Then start listening about the beds where if you didn't fit on the bed, they would stretch you. Or if you were too if you were too long in the bed, they'd cut your legs off. Don't I've talked about the stocks, the old medieval stocks where they would put you in the stocks, and 9 times out of 10 these stocks were bent over at the waist. And I was like, that seems like a Sodom and Gomorrah thing, because everybody, according to extra biblical text, everybody that came into the city had to have their money taken away. And then they had to be known by everybody in the city. Men and women, children, everybody could come and have their way with a stranger that went into Sodom and Gomorrah. That's intense, man. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. What does that say? What's we're not there yet. We're getting pretty close though. I'll tell you what. So no, when somebody says we're in the days of Noah, no, we're not. We're not even close. Somebody says we're in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, we're getting there. Just wait. This one's pretty funny. I don't worry about it. This guy's safe words. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This dude gets arrested. It's just funny. He keeps talking all this stuff to the cops. It's hilarious. Uh, if that's a woman, this is a fishing pole. They're offering pizza for shots. Yeah, these women would be beautiful if they just take those masks off. Saying. Uh, you're selling yourself out to a lie, but that makes a little difference to you. You've been selling yourself out to the lies since the day you were born. Uh, that's more videos. I thought this one was funny. Who killed Jeffrey Epstein? Hillary. Red Bull test positive for the Cove. Some Great Reset stuff. If you think Great Reset's not real, go just look it up. It's out there. Neuroscience. That's what it's been. It's been about controlling you. There's a 33 run I thought was interesting. On March the 3rd, 2021. Governor Cuomo announces event, arts, and entertainment venues can reopen at 33% capacity beginning April 2nd. March 3rd, 3-3. 2/21. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3. reopened at 33%. I mean, it's just it's absolutely absurd, and it passed right by everybody. And I'm like, dude, man, that's wrong. This guy. Um, yeah, stop and read that if you want. I'm starting to wind down here because I'm gonna have to get back into get back into work mode because I got 30 minutes until I gotta log in. Numbers to consider coming up to consider. So we're in March, and March is always the biggest numbers, and then you've got April and May. I mean, you're going into the Feast of Beltane at the beginning of May. So this whole thing you gotta watch out for. So numbers consider 311. We passed 311. What happened 311? That was whenever Biden had his big speech about, you know, oh, everybody's gonna have to get your shots. 313. I don't remember anything big happening. The Ides of March came, and something happened. Oh, the other thing that happened 311 is the stock market bottomed out again. I think either that or Bitcoin bottomed out. One of the two happened. Something happened there. Ides of March. I don't remember if anything happened. I don't know, but you've got the big numbers coming up. 320, that's your 32. 322, that's your skull and bones. 323, that one's coming up. 329, which that's one of the ones I'm definitely checking out. 326 should be in here as well. They like to flip that 9 over. And the 330, March 30th. So we've still got a ways to go. And they just keep doing it, and doing it. Okay, here you go. This is gonna be like the last thing before I stop. The world just gets curiouser and curiouser. So this was from his book, Promise I Made to My Dad, or whatever the hell it is. That was his book. That's his signature. This is one of the executive orders. That's his signature. Can go this yourself if you want to. I mean, you can see that this signature is not this signature. It's not how this works. I don't know if I have. Okay. I'm going to do Joe Biden's signature. Jill Biden's right here. Hers. You can see that it's similar to this, and it's similar to this. See how this works? This is why people are saying that she's the one that's signing all these things for him. Because if you look, this right here, that's her and that's him. You see, this is two separate things. That's her, and you can pause this and really take a look. That's with the break right there. That's him. Signatures don't change, folks. Signatures don't change. I'm just saying. That starts there and loops down. That starts there and loops down. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. Because if it's not him signing the executive orders, then the whole shit show falls apart. Why is nobody talking about this? Why is everything that happens around this dude so weird? So, anyways, there you go. I feel defeated now. I feel absolutely defeated because Like I said, it piles up. And people aren't talking about any of this stuff. It's like everybody just wants to be oblivious to it. It's like, no, you can't be oblivious. This stuff is right there in front of your face. People are just being oblivious to it. And it hurts. It absolutely hurts. I would rather for people just live their lives and just try to be happy, but we are constantly under bombardment by evil now. And people are believing the lies just for the simple fact of just going along with it. And it hurts. World wasn't that's not I started out in, you know. This is not the world that I started out in. And I don't know. I don't know. I ask God every day for forgiveness because I have done so much wrong in my life. And I just I have that I'm starting to get that feeling of dread. You know, we're not supposed to live in fear, but I do have a sense of dread. So I don't know. I don't know. I have to get off so I can start getting ready for work. So that's all I really want to say. I mean, that was a lot. I know I said I didn't have anything planned, but I talked for an hour. So there you go. But I'll be around, you know. It's like I said, I I just been taking a break. I needed to step away from it because I was getting deep. I wasn't talking about it, but I was definitely getting deep, and it was affecting me. It was affecting me. So, anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Um, this I will see you guys whenever. God bless you. Take care. Stay safe. Not that kind of safe, but stay safe. And don't believe the lies anymore. Start telling people. Start telling people what's up. Show them. You can. It is not hard to show them that Joe Biden's signature is not what it used to be. It's not hard to show them that. That's it's very easy to just stop and do that and say, hey, have you heard this? You know, seen this? Doesn't this seem a little strange? Why hasn't a lawyer picked that up? Why hasn't why hasn't anybody picked it up? Because it's a thing. It's a problem. It's a problem. It's probably why they've got the Capitol locked off. It's because anybody that does see it can't say anything about it. When your government puts a fence up around its official buildings, you know you don't live in a republic anymore. You don't live in a democracy anymore either. You live in a tyrannical dictatorship. All right, I gotta go. Everything you know is a lie. Don't believe anything anymore. And look it up for yourselves. Stop. Stop just letting it pass. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everybody you know that there is something going on and we need to get to the bottom of it because if we don't, we're going to lose everything. Everything you've loved for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years, gone. It's gone. Great Reset is going to take everything away from you. Everything away from you and then some. So you have to have the balls to speak up. So I will talk to you guys later. God bless. Yeah.